Hey guys, Rook here with Rook Empire Gaming, and today I want to cover a slightly different topic than what we normally would be covering for Tarkov, and this kind of is more than just a Tarkov topic, as it really relates to the competitive nature of online gaming and just overall general sportsmanship and mutual respect for your fellow gamers. This has kind of popped up in the last week and a half, and at first when I started hearing about it, I didn't put a lot of thought into it because I kind of just passed it over as, just rumors, gossip. But then over the course of that week and a half, like I said, I've started hearing more and more stories and reports of this particular response going on, and I'll kind of cut right to the chase. What I'm hearing is that there are streamers and channels and communities out there who, after being killed in Tarkov or whatever game it is you're playing, you have someone show up who killed you in your chat community, and these people are saying GG. And then either your community or the streamer themselves is shaming the person for showing up in their channel. Now, when the first story I heard about this came through, I kind of thought, okay, maybe the person was just super disrespectful. I've had people show up and been, do the whole thanks for the gear or get good, new, whatever. And so I was like, all right, I can kind of understand your community defending you, or the streamer even kind of correcting the person. But the process over the last week and a half has been more and more stories of people literally saying that they showed up, they got in a really good fight, managed to kill somebody who was a streamer or supposedly a streamer. They had the TTV in their name, went and found them online, they were streaming. And just as a sign of respect for a good fight, said GG, and then either the community for that channel got onto them, or in some cases, and this has happened a couple times that I know of, the person was just flat out banned from the channel. Now, obviously, I would never tell somebody else how to run their channel. But what I'm going to kind of cover here is an understanding that a universally accepted fact is that any major or even in minor competitive events, at the end of the match, at the end of the event, win or lose, the competitors shake hands. This is done as a sign of good sportsmanship. It's a sign of respect, and it's a sign of honoring the other person for their efforts and hard work that they put into it. It wasn't long ago that our society would actually get on to somebody if they refused to shake hands with somebody at the end of an event. We see this in football, baseball, basketball, soccer, you name it, whatever sporting event, whatever competitive league you're talking about, there has always been this agreement. It's typically called, gentleman's agreement. At the end of it, when it's all said and done, you shake hands out of respect for each other. We play in an online virtual environment. Many of us playing against each other hundreds, if not thousands of miles apart. We don't have the availability to shake hands. But we do have the ability and the resources to be respectful of one another. Now, those of us that use TTV in our name, yes, we are trying to get our name out there. It is a marketing tool. It is meant to bring awareness of our channel. There's nothing wrong with it. There's absolutely no reason for us not to do it. But at the same time, if you're going to do it, you have to be willing to understand there is going to be good and bad that comes from it. So what I would simply ask is that we, as streamers, take a look at how we are responding to the people who show up on our channel after a fight. Now, obviously, if somebody comes in and is just flat out rude or disrespectful, or just very, very aggressive about it, immature, how you want to handle that is completely up to you. My personal preference is I try to educate the person. I usually try to say, hey, if you'd have came in and said GG, things would have been cool. Maybe you should think about how you want to approach the situation in the future. But if you have someone who beats you in a fight, regardless of what took place, whether you thought it was weird, shifty, sketchy, if you've been on a bad string of deaths, I understand it can get frustrating. But realize that person may be showing up simply for the fact of honoring you and being respectful to you. And in the online community, GG has always been good game. It's always been a sign of respect for the efforts and work that the other people put into the fight. It's not about shaming you. It's not about taking a stab at you. It's not about them trying to get attention. Now, there are those that will do that. I mean, we're not going to dismiss the fact that there are people who take the wrong attitude or wrong approach to it. And again, in those situations, handle it however you want. But I would honestly ask and implore each of you to make the effort to maybe educate the person. There have been a number of times I've had people who've shown up in my channel who came about it the wrong way, but I didn't get on to them. I didn't ban them. I tried to talk them through it, and they've actually ended up, some of them are great members of my community now. And a lot of it is people get caught up in the moment. But I would just ask that, really look at how you're responding to those people. We're all competitive. We all want to win. Nobody likes to lose. But we all know the universal truth. In any competition, there has to be a winner and there has to be a loser. And how we handle it dictates whether or not we're really a loser or we're really a winner. So, especially this time of year, it's the holiday season. A lot of people do spend holidays completely alone and don't maybe have a whole lot. Those of us who have great support networks, friends, family, community, things like that, we're fortunate. And if you're a streamer, whether you're a small streamer or a big streamer, you need to take that into consideration. And so, again, not a normal Tarkov topic, not something that is really discussed, and definitely not something that's normally a topic that you're going to hear covered. But I definitely began to feel more convinced that this video needed to be done. Just really stop and think, is this person trying to just garner attention for themselves? Is their response maybe just not completely polished properly? Or could it be that the person just showed up to try to pay their respects to you? For all you know, that person may actually have been someone who had been through your channel once or twice, may even be a follower. You don't know. But even if they're not, they could become one. And your response to them says more about you than it does about them. So hopefully this helps some people. I'm sure there are going to be those people out there that just completely ignore everything I'm saying, and that's fine. This obviously isn't going to be for everybody, although it should be. But just try to take it into consideration when people show up, and you know, try to think about the long-term building of not just your personal community, but the overall competitive PvP community that we're all a part of. And that's going to cover it, guys. Hopefully the message is heard, and we can all move forward and have a lot more great fights in the future ahead of us. So have a great day. Happy holidays to those of you out there. Be good to each other. Take care of yourselves, guys, and we'll see you in game. Bye-bye.